She's gone and we're through. Damn my blues.
The blues. Now, we had a discussion about how many types of blues. Everybody has their own way of blues, but blues.
There are two. There are two.
There's only two.
There are two. Absolutely two, and no others. Nothing else is blues.
Well, how did that come, if I may ask?
Apparently, there's music which goes doom pack doom pack, and this makes your body move in one way.
Yes.
And there's music which goes which makes you move in another way.
Okay.
And apparently that other one, which some people call slow drag, and some people say that isn't slow drag, and some people call blues, but other people say that's not proper blues, and some people even say that's not the proper dance at all. Maybe you could call it sleepy jazz. I don't know. There are even some people who say that it had happened here for the first time because people just made stuff up when they played sleepy jazz. I don't know. What do you think, Chester? What do you think?
No. Some people think blues started only in the 30s. Some people think it's like you said, the wailing of the stuff. It's all of that combined. People have lost their conception of what blues is. Now, we've got to go way back. Even in ragtime, we had blues. At the century of ragtime, roaring 20s, 30s, 40s, blues is a feeling, what everybody has. It's a natural feeling. No matter what year you're in the year 2000, we got blues in the year 2000. Look what the way the world is. That's the blues. That is the blues. But if you really want to know originality blues, people keep forgetting. Blues came from work songs.
Do you think this blues stuff is ever going to catch on?
It's a thin line between blues and spiritual hymns and gospel. It's a thin line.
Now we have here a representative of Iceland. It's a very international camp. And now I saw you on the stage last night doing some fantastic blues dancing in the opening of the show. And that was one of the best blues night opening shows I've ever seen.
I think it was actually, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Okay, modesty is possibly not the Icelandic strongest suit.
No, blues. If you're not doing blues from 1931 to 1938, it's not blues. Or they can keep saying, this is not authentic swing. No, you can't say that. Even though the great thing of swing era started at a certain high point and it ended at going into the 50s and stuff into the 60s. But there are some songs that still are swingable. There are some that you listen to and some that you can still dance. So you cannot say swing is dead, or you can say that song is not a swing song. You can't. That's the same way of saying that's not a blues. Are we getting too particular on what blues is now that we're losing it? Blues is a feeling. Have you ever had a whipping on your back? That you don't want that happening. That's the blues.
How long did you get to rehearse that?
Well, we started at 2 or 3 a.m. the night before, and had a couple of hours of practice then. And then yesterday, the same day that is, we practiced a couple of times during the day. And when I was grabbed and asked to be in it, I thought it would be like, many of the other blues openings where you stand there and sway for a minute or two, very nice. But then Chester Whitmore came with his fantastic choreographies.
Yes, 4 numbers, I think it was. 15 minutes of it.
And there was not much time to practice them all, and we were just last minute finishing it. But so a lot of stuff to think about, but it went well, I think, yeah.
Well, judging by your smile, I'd say it was a triumph.
There's happy blues, contemporary blues, up there fast blues, Kansas City blues, Harlem blues, Chicago blues. These are people that migrated and went out. And our things happen at the same exact time. So you can't say, this is the real blues, this is not.
It was fun, it was great, and Chester is so talented and a really cool guy.
When a gentleman wanted to really get close to a woman, they did it to a slow dance. That's a bluesy thing. They really want to get close to it. They would call it rub-a-dub, when they're rubbing two bellies together.
Ooh, hey.
Right into it. Now, it might sound a little risque, but that's what that was.
Blues is now a separate entity outside of Lindy Hop. I mean, which is interesting. Blues originally existed before Lindy Hop. Blues is one of the precursors to jazz music, and blues dancing existed before swing, and then it disappeared, and then blues came back out of swing. So I guess it's like when you put your folks in a retirement home and take care of them after they took care of you.
I would say that if I find myself moving in a certain way when the music suggests that movement, then hey, that's authentic. And
That's authentic. That's what you feel, and that's what you feel. If you feel a long note, your body stretches it. That is what it is.
and he's quite demanding though of his performers, isn't he? I mean, I want lifts. It's got to be faster.
Yeah, well, we could do it, so
Thank you very much.
that was not very modest, was it?
No.
Blues and stuff. What they call it in the 30s, 40s, call it gut bucket.
Oh,
It's
crikey.
low down gut bucket music. The rap syndrome of today, they get really explicit, and they just come out and say it. They don't leave nothing with imagination to your mind and stuff. But the suggestive words that were at that time, that was very, we call it risque, or in the times of the blues, son, they call it very racy. We called them race records at that time. I tried to put my key in the door and it didn't fit. Because I was telling the woman,
Are you telling me that's a metaphor?
Bingo. At the age of 10, you used to run from men because you kept done sitting on it all the time. I want a bow-legged woman today. I want a bow-legged woman all day. I'll fall in love with her right from the start because her big bow legs are so far apart. Okay, that's one. There's, oh my God, smack dab in the middle. You know, you see.
Are you telling me that doesn't mean what I've thought it meant all these years?
No, that's something else.
I feel such a fool.
Put your left foot front and then you swing it right back. That's what we call balling the jack. What was a jack during the times of the turn of the century?
I can
A
think of...
trick.
Oh.
So the women would go out, I'm going to get that jack, I'm going to get this trick, and I'm going to ball him. What does balling mean?
I think your
I can see
expression
your
just told me.
Okay. No. Okay. Well, I guess a lot of people will get mad at me when they hear me start talking about it. But anyway.